All right, 16-week update. I know that I probably say this pretty much every week, but I can't believe that it's 16 weeks already. Like, it's been a fast week. Of course, it was Christmas this week, and Christmas was lots of fun. I've been having a lot of fun when I'm not busy with house selling and that kind of thing that we have going on. Just being pregnant over Christmas and cooking and, you know, being barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen and stuff like that. And my friend has been going on about how she really wants to be pregnant over Christmas too. And I meant to send her a text message and tell her that my family had to wait a few extra minutes to go out and open their gifts because they were waiting on me to throw up on Christmas morning. So do you still want to be pregnant over Christmas? But it wasn't that bad. It was kind of a random fluke. I really haven't been having that much like nausea and vomiting and stuff like that. I don't know why it happened. Maybe I just hadn't eaten recently enough, but yeah, it happens. I mean, little flukes like that are not so fluky. They happen when you're pregnant. So haven't been super nausea, haven't had a lot of trouble with that. It just kind of came up. And have been having heartburn though. I think things are getting crowded in there. I think that I'm about to have a big growth spurt where it all pokes out in front again. And in the meantime, I think it's crowded, and I've noticed that after a lot of different meals and stuff, I'm having heartburn. So that's probably my main symptom right now. Not tons of terrible round ligament pain lately. Breasts are a little sore. I kind of had said that was gone. Well, I jinxed it, I guess. Not a lot of nausea, although the occasional random vomit for who knows why. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the symptoms. I did recently, and I guess it doesn't have to do with symptoms, but just because of being pregnant and wanting to not have as many chemicals and stuff in my body, and I've done this before. I started again. I wish that I would have done it before I got pregnant or maybe earlier on, but I've just been kind of intimidated by it. It went fine last time, so I don't know why I'm intimidated by it, but I have been washing my hair with baking soda instead of shampoo. One term for this is no-pooing. People use baking soda and apple cider vinegar. This time around, I'm not using the apple cider vinegar. I'm not using any other conditioner either. It's just, I think that it was drying out my hair last time around. I don't think that I really needed to be using it. Like, my hair doesn't get very greasy or very dry very easily. It's pretty middle of the road, fairly easy to take care of. So the baking soda to clean it, I think was really all I needed. And adding the vinegar, like for that extra cleanse and conditioning or whatever, I think it was drying out my hair the last time I did it. And this was maybe this time last year that I did it the first time. And I did it for 6 months. No shampoo, just baking soda and vinegar. And it worked well. I got my hair cut and dyed, and I didn't take the time to research what hair dye and baking soda and vinegar combination, you know, if it would turn it funky colors or whatever. So I just kind of stopped and went back to shampoo for a little while and got lazy with it and stuff like that. Well, now I'm pregnant. I'm thinking a little bit more carefully about what goes in and on my body. And a friend of mine started no-pooing. She's using baking soda and apple cider vinegar. And I thought, you know, it's about time that I do that again. There was nothing wrong with it. It didn't, you know, I got a little bit dry from the vinegar, like I said, but my hair was clean and still looked good, and I could style it how I wanted it. And just, why would I spend money on shampoo that I know has stuff in it that's not good for me when I could just use baking soda? So finally, after reminding myself to actually get the items together and get the baking soda and the water mixed and put it in the shower and, you know, have it ready, finally just started doing it. And that's something I'm doing differently too. Last time I did baking soda like in my hand and spread it on and then rinsed it off. No, I found out that a lot of people will just put a tablespoon of baking soda or even less into a cup of water, and I have a little squeeze bottle that I put it in, and mix it all up so that it's already dissolved. And then spray it on and stuff and work it through and then rinse it out and stuff like that. It's way easier. So that's what I've been doing. So, and last week, probably, I don't know, you maybe could tell in the video that I was going through kind of a detox phase. When you don't use shampoo anymore, your hair has to like get used to not having to overproduce its oils and stuff. And so it gets a little bit oily and funky at first, but then it evens out. And for a lot of people, they find it's much better. And so I'm kind of getting a little bit past the detox phase, and it's getting nicer again. And that really only lasted like, I don't know, a week and a half or something like that it was a little bit yicky, but I think it's worth it. I mean, it's easy to take care of now, and I think it's going to get better and better. So, yeah, anyway, so that's one thing that I'm doing in regards to the pregnancy that I just feel is a little bit safer and healthier for me and definitely for the baby. So, yeah, that's one main update. The house selling and moving and stuff is plugging right along, and I'm starting to get really intimidated about packing up my whole house and moving it, especially while pregnant. All I really want to do sometimes is just rest, and I have to pack up my whole house. That's getting a little intimidating. I'm hoping it won't become a major point of stress or emotional chaos or whatever. We shall see. It's going to be within the next month now, and so it's kind of starting to feel intimidating and like it's creeping up on me, and I don't even know where to begin. I've never moved this much stuff before, so we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, Christmas was fun. The kids had a great time. We put out a stocking for baby. We also put out an additional stocking. I don't know if I've mentioned before, we have our foster care license, and we plan to adopt a child that needs a home and a family, because we have a home and a family, and we're likely going to be doing an international adoption, and we probably will start while pregnant. I'll talk more about that later, because man, is that an undertaking and a story. So, but we put out 2 additional stockings for our coming children, the one in here, and hopefully one that God's bringing to us from someplace where they are waiting and needing a good place to live. So we had them in mind this Christmas, and we had baby in mind this Christmas, and we'll be excited next Christmas to have baby's first Christmas with us and on the outside. So only other thing really was just like home birth stuff. We had an appraiser stop by the house today and mentioned that she's also due in mid-June like me. And she asked me, what hospital are you having the baby at? And I'm like, oh, I'm having the baby at home. She's like, oh, really? That's cool. My friend did that. She tried to get me to do it too. And so we talked a little bit about how like midwives really do know what they're doing, and it's very safe and it's worth looking into. And I wasn't like pushy or anything like that, but I'm like, you know, I really do trust them, and I trust them with my life, but they also make sure that I'm healthy enough that I don't have to. So there was that. And then that was right after a Facebook controversy where a friend of mine posted something about home birth, and some people got kind of, well, some of them got a little bit disrespectful and rude, I would say. I was very nice, and I explained a lot about what midwives can do, what equipment they bring with them, how prepared they are, how if you live near a hospital and can get there quickly, and the response times with the EMS teams and stuff like that are quick. Like, you really can get just as quick intervention in an emergency, because midwives usually notice the need for the intervention sooner. Like, they'll notice a cord prolapse or that baby's not doing well or whatever very, very quickly, because they're with you the whole time, not just checking on you every now and then, every hour or more. Excuse me. So they oftentimes notice what needs done faster and get right to it, whereas in the hospital it's noticed a little bit later, and then it's even faster, the actually getting into the C-section or whatever it may be. But excuse me. But you know, they just, I went on for too long. It took too much of my time, and I needed to just call it quits. But that's why I encourage people to do their own research instead of just having a Facebook debate or what you think you heard from your mom's cousin who's a nurse or whatever. Just research. Look into it yourself, and by all means, interview a midwife. Talk to them. Hear straight from the horse's mouth what they know, what they can do. I mean, you can tell if they're competent or not. It's really as simple as doing your due diligence and researching and interviewing. So I'm going to show the bump really quick and then show you some stuff I bought. Okay, so earlier this week I was feeling like I was shrinking, but no, it's out there. This shirt is a little bit big, but I know I will grow into it. I get so big by the end of the pregnancy. So I bought it a size up, and if it's okay now, it's going to fit better later. This is one that I bought yesterday, one of my new ones from Motherhood, and I spent too much on it, but I really liked it.